Hey, this is Lovecraft and Art. We're going to be watching some creepy TikToks tonight. So if you've been looking for a thrill, look no further because we're going to jump right in.
Proof they control brick.
Don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it. Break a pose, there's nothing to it. Break.
In my bag now, what the fuck is that sound?
Things that the government don't want you to know, part 24. There's no point in working a job. In 1933, the government went bankrupt, and they got rid of all of our money. And then they gave us a fiat currency called Federal Reserve Notes. And they also gave us something called a credit system. Since the government is so much in debt to us, they basically offer to pay for everything. Yes, your house, your car, everything's already paid for. Why would you go work for $15 an hour and you work half your shifts for free because they take 50% of your income, when all you really have to do is walk into the bank with a good credit score and they'll give you some imaginary numbers on a plastic card? Make that make sense.
Alright, so before we talk, look at this picture and tell me if you guys see anything crazy. One more time. Look at South America. So maybe some of you guys are noticing this, but like if y'all came from my timeline, when the heck did South America get pushed? Look at this! Alright, here it is again in Google Earth and Google Maps. South America was never that far over to the right. Dude, I feel like I'm going crazy. Please tell me in the comments that I'm not.
The darkest conspiracy theories. Benjamin Franklin has a disturbing secret that wasn't uncovered until 1998. You see, a team of renovators were working on Franklin's old house. And in the basement, they ended up finding over 1,200 human bones. Now, some people thought Benjamin Franklin murdered these people, but the actual explanation is a little less violent. You see, it turns out his home was used as an illegal anatomy school. Gravediggers would bring bodies to the house to be studied, and afterwards, they'd just bury them in the basement.
Going down a rabbit hole recently, and it just so happened to be about conspiracy theories. And you know me, I love these cartoons, and I was looking at some cartoon conspiracy theories that a lot of my friends were telling me about, and a lot of them that I've been seeing online. So I thought I'd share some with y'all, but let me know if you want it to be like a full little series. I have no problem with doing that. One of the most interesting ones that I've seen so far is the Courage the Cowardly Dog conspiracy theory. And when I tell you it's gonna make a whole lot of sense. So hear me out. So we all know the Courage the Cowardly Dog is quite possibly one of the most frightening shows we've ever seen as a little kid. The dark imagery, the mysterious creatures, the scary, themes to it. Everything just screamed adult-oriented, but it was unfortunately for kids. Well, the conspiracy theory goes like this. Courage is just a normal dog. Yeah, he's a normal canine going through normal canine thing. And all the monsters and weird people that he encountered, they're actually normal people. But through a dog's eyes, they're gonna look like scary people because he's never seen them before. Like, those are complete strangers. Courage only knows the people that he's with, and that is Muriel and Eustace, his elderly owners. And being that his owners are too old to take him out for walks and stuff like that, he only knows the immediate property outside his house. Meaning, that's why, they're depicted as living in the middle of nowhere, because that's the only thing that he knows. He doesn't know anything beyond his porch. So everything around him seems like the middle of nowhere because he never went outside. Like, just think about it for a moment. Just really process that, because it makes a lot of sense. It makes sense because, why are all these scary ass creatures only showing up at this house? And I mean, you never see Eustace or Muriel take Courage out for walks or anything like that. It really makes you see this show in a different light.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
This is it. My time to shine. Go to your browser and go on Google. Type CIA. There you go. And just so you see, we're gonna go to their actual website, which is this one, CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. Click on it. and scroll all the way down where it says resources, and you are gonna click where it's gonna say Freedom of Information Act. Click on that one and it'll drag you here. Here you can type any keywords you want, zombies, anything. For today, I'm gonna teach you this one, Mars exploration. I already have it in here. Go check it out, trust me. It's no game, it's an actual document from CIA, okay? This is from 1984. Go read it. You are going to be shitting bricks if you read it. Try to understand it. Wow.
Here's a horror story for you. Everything you need, all within a 15-minute walk from your front door. If that doesn't sound so scary and honestly just sounds pretty nice, then it's too late for you, according to some conspiracy theorists. To them, being able to easily walk to the store or to work is like living in an open-air surveillance prison nightmare, being imposed by shadowy forces. Let's back up a second. The idea of a 15-minute city was coined by Franco-Colombian urbanist Carlos Moreno and inspired by American urbanist Jane Jacobs. The concept suggests that cities should be reimagined so that most people can get their needs met, going to the store, going to school, going to work, all within a 15-minute walk or bike ride. Some of this might sound familiar if you've lived in the city for the past 3 years. The urgency of COVID restrictions led to mayors across the world closing streets and expanding bike lanes to center pedestrians and allow for more open-air travel. That's a win for everyone, unless you're one of those people who fears parking spots disappearing or that densifying urban areas means being in touch with the working class. But a new strain of opposition has grown on social media, one where people believe that 15-minute cities are actually just a pretext for open-air prisons enforced by a police state, where citizens will be prevented from leaving their enclosed zone. Edmonton, Canada is the latest place dealing with backlash against moves to make the city more walkable, after their mayor Amarjeet Sohi, proposed creating 15-minute districts with widened sidewalks, multi-use trails, and other sustainable infrastructure that would aim to reduce commute times, encourage walking, and also make it easier for you to go back to the store if you forget that one ingredient you need for dinner. Conspiracy theorists began circulating a map, purportedly of Edmonton, but spoiler alert, this isn't even in North America, dividing the city into something out of the Hunger Games. The map is actually of Canterbury, England, which also has rolled out its own 15-minute city proposal to a similar kind of backlash. Canterbury's plan involves closing off roads through the city center to traffic by using license plate readers to find motorists that aren't taxis or delivery vehicles. The goal there is to reduce congestion and prompt people to walk or bike instead of driving. Other cities have successfully done similar or more stringent measures to limit car use to curtail traffic, like some cities in Colombia, where cars are banned from driving certain days of the week based on the digits on their license plates. But conspiracy theorists have seen something sinister in these proposals, even expressing alarm that the concept was discussed by the World Economic Forum, which is a dog whistle for a number of conspiracies. Misinformation about the proposals has been on the rise, so let's make something crystal clear. Nobody is saying that people will be barred from leaving their neighborhood by car or other method of transportation. And no, the government isn't tracking your individual driving so that you'll be banned from eating beef if you go too far. The goal is to just provide people with local options for buying groceries and taking a walk, which seems like a great thing for local residents and businesses. But what the pushback does show is that car culture is so deeply ingrained that even the suggestion of limiting automobile use results in some dark and imaginative paranoia.
If you made it to the end, make sure to like and subscribe so you can see more just like this one. I'll see you next time. Stay safe.